Overthinking. We've all been there, stuck in a cycle of repetitive thoughts, unable to escape the endless loop of worry and analysis. It's like a broken record player in our minds, replaying the same anxieties, regrets, and what-ifs over and over again. But what exactly is overthinking, and why does it seem to have such a hold on us? At its core, overthinking is simply the act of dwelling on something for too long, usually in a negative or unproductive way. It's our mind's way of trying to make sense of the world, solve problems, and protect us from potential threats. However, when this helpful mechanism goes into overdrive, it can become detrimental to our well-being. Imagine your mind as a car. Thinking is like driving. It allows us to navigate through life, making decisions and moving forward. Overthinking, on the other hand, is like getting stuck in a traffic jam of thoughts. We're still in the driver's seat, but we're going nowhere fast, wasting precious time and energy. The key to understanding overthinking is recognizing that it's not just about thinking a lot. It's about the quality and direction of our thoughts. When we overthink, we tend to focus on the negative, dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties. Overthinking can cast a long shadow over our lives, impacting everything from our mental and physical health to our relationships and overall well-being. It's like carrying a heavy weight on our shoulders, draining our energy and preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. One of the most significant ways overthinking affects us is by increasing our stress and anxiety levels. When we constantly ruminate on worries and anxieties, our bodies go into fight or flight mode, releasing stress hormones like cortisol. This can lead to a host of physical symptoms, including headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, and difficulty sleeping. Moreover, overthinking can take a toll on our mental health, contributing to feelings of depression, hopelessness, and low self-esteem. When we're trapped in a cycle of negative thoughts, it's easy to start believing the worst about ourselves and our abilities. This negative self-talk can chip away at our confidence and make it even harder to break free from the overthinking cycle. But the impact of overthinking extends beyond our individual well-being. It can also strain our relationships with others. When we're preoccupied with our own thoughts, we may find it difficult to be fully present with loved ones, leading to misunderstandings, conflicts, and a lack of emotional connection. To effectively combat overthinking, it's helpful to understand what's happening in our brains when we get stuck in these thought patterns. Recent advances in neuroscience have shed light on the neural mechanisms underlying overthinking, providing valuable insights into why our minds tend to dwell on the negative. One key area of the brain involved in overthinking is the amygdala, often referred to as the fear center of the brain. The amygdala is responsible for detecting and responding to threats in our environment. When we encounter a potential danger, the amygdala triggers the release of stress hormones, preparing our bodies to fight or flee. While this fear response is essential for survival, it can become problematic when it's activated in situations that aren't truly threatening. Overthinking can trigger the amygdala, keeping us in a constant state of heightened alert, even when there's no real danger present. Another brain region implicated in overthinking is the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain responsible for higher-level cognitive functions, such as planning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. The prefrontal cortex plays a crucial role in helping us control our impulses and make rational decisions. However, when we're stressed or anxious, the prefrontal cortex can become overwhelmed, impairing its ability to regulate our emotions and quiet our minds. This can lead to a vicious cycle. Overthinking triggers the amygdala, which in turn overwhelms the prefrontal cortex, making it even harder to break free from negative thought patterns. Section 4. Taming the Inner Critic: Practical Strategies for Quieting Your Mind. Now that we have a better understanding of the science behind overthinking, let's explore some practical strategies to help quiet the inner critic and regain control of our thoughts. These techniques are grounded in scientific research and have been proven to be effective in reducing overthinking and promoting mental well-being. One of the most powerful ways to combat overthinking is through mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves focusing our attention on our breath, bodily sensations, or external stimuli, gently redirecting our thoughts whenever they wander. Studies have shown that mindfulness meditation can help reduce activity in the amygdala, calming the brain's fear response. It can also strengthen the prefrontal cortex, improving our ability to regulate our emotions and quiet our minds. Section 5. Mindfulness, finding peace in the present moment. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting on a cushion with your eyes closed. It's about bringing a sense of awareness to everyday activities. You can practice mindfulness while walking, eating, showering, or even washing dishes. The key is to focus your attention on the present moment, noticing the sensations, sights, and sounds around you. When your mind wanders, and it will wander, simply acknowledge the thought without judgment and gently guide your attention back to the present. Another effective technique for managing overthinking is to schedule worry time. This may seem counterintuitive, but setting aside a specific time each day to worry can actually help you reduce the amount of time you spend overthinking overall. Section 6. The power of positive self-talk. Reframing negative thoughts. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our feelings and behaviors. When we engage in negative self-talk, we're essentially reinforcing those negative beliefs and making it more likely that we'll continue to overthink. Challenge those negative thoughts. Ask yourself if there's another way to look at the situation. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm going to fail this presentation," try reframing it as, "I'm going to do my best and present the information to the best of my ability." Positive self-talk isn't about denying reality or ignoring problems. It's about approaching challenges with a more optimistic and constructive mindset. Section 7. A final thought, embracing a calmer mind. Overthinking is a common experience, but it doesn't have to rule our lives. By understanding the science behind overthinking and implementing practical strategies to quiet our minds, we can break free from the cycle of worry and live more fully in the present moment. Remember, taming the inner critic is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, practice these techniques regularly, and celebrate your progress along the way.